Hey, Berg.
Hi!
Oh, no, not you, sorry. I was talking about our new player.
Oh, you fucker.
So, we have a new thrower, y'all. Wrong Bombadil, being, he was niggled, I believe. He is now summarily replaced. So, hi there, everybody. Today we're playing against Dwarfs.
I was in a good mood.
This is the match that I feel that everyone has been waiting for.
I've definitely been waiting for it. I'm just taking a look at our cheat sheet here real quick, and
Uh-huh.
I see 3 Mighty Bull players and about 146 instances of dodge. Or of guard, not dodge, oh god.
Yeah, there's a lot of guard. So, when people talk about elves, like, the polar opposite, also, don't mind me, I'm just setting up to do the whole two-turn thing, suicide tank blitzes, I run around the sideline, all that, except
Oh no.
stuffed.
I love it.
Like, if it was Dove Skulls, it would have at least given me a reason to re-roll that, but I can't re-roll that.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, maybe, but I didn't want to. So anyway, dwarves are the polar opposite of elves. So elves work by being very fast, being very agile, and having dodge on like all their players. Dwarfs are very slow. The blockers. So accidentally, I normally play with positional units on instead of player names. So for a couple turns until I realize that we're gonna be playing with positional names on, which is fine, I guess, because it lets us see those blockers are only 4 movement. The blitzers are 5 movement. The Troll Slayers are also 5 movement, and the runners are 6 movement. In the back, the runners are the fastest.
You know, the runner is blindingly fast for dwarfs.
Yeah, so they're the speed of our linemen, but the point is they're really slow. Most of them are agility 2. There's a couple agility 3 players, but they're not an agile team, unlike us. And almost every single one of their players starts with tackle, and the ones that don't start with it usually end up getting it.
And they all start with block except for the Troll Slayers.
Yep.
So if you wind up...
And the runners.
If you start failing... Oh, yay!
So the 2+ with reroll fails.
I already like this game.
I'm not really sure how to function if that doesn't work.
Well, I mean, it's fine. You only have 3 elves that can just get punched.
That's true.
Because 2 plus the blitz. I mean, he's not going to be able to cause huge damage this turn.
Nope.
That's fine.
And of course, that is Zanzibar up in scoring position, as it always is.
Yeah, but Zanzibar's... Oh! Yes!
So, that was 2 skinks.
He's doing his job!
This is what dwarfs do. Dwarfs, in the perfect world, they punch the shit out of you until you score, and then they continue to punch the shit out of you, and they score at the end of the first half. The Death Roller is 7 strength. We'll get to him later. He's not going to show up till the second half, unfortunately.
Who is the other coach in this game?
Oh, the other coach is TimNielson. Good point.
Nice.
TimNielson running the team Grunendorf, and you'll note by his player names that this is a default name team.
I like him. I like default name teams.
Nothing wrong with that. If you're playing a team as boring and forgettable as Dwarfs, you may as well.
Hey, lizards have awesome default names, bud.
Okay, yeah, you're right. So that's Dwarfs are just, they will let you score on them. They will let you score on them once, and then they will just basically grind your face down to a pulp and try to go for the 2-1 grind, because they are incredibly slow. So this is going to be an interesting match, for sure.
And with how heavily you rely on dodge to keep you from going down players, yeah.
Yeah, there are, on the pitch, there are 3 or 4 players that don't have tackle.
Yeah.
All the rest of them do.
And the biggest thing, I mean, the biggest problem I think for elves in this matchup is just like that one turn where you get stuck with 4 or 5 elves to get hit. Like when you fail that early dodge, that should be safe, like what happened with Elrond there. It was fine here because you were split up well, but a lot of times just like that one failed dodge or that one bad pickup just leads to you getting punched 6 or 7 times, and you lose 3 men on it. It's messy.
So, he's going to be very aggressively coming down the field. Whoops. It's fine. I have plans. I have big plans. You leave Zanzibar in 1 tackle zone, he's agility 5. He's just going to be agility 5, and the plan is to score with Zanzibar. The problem you'll note is that it is very sunny, so the weather effect is normally just normal. The weather effect in this case is very sunny, which adds a -1 to passing, so, like, this, I haven't seen this in a long time. I'm going to have to make a 4+ pass to get that ball. The plan is to get the ball to Tina.
Well, yeah, but obviously we trust the dragon.
Obviously, I have no choice other than trust the dragon. I consider some options for a while. Nothing really works out. I have to do the GFI. If I fail, this is over. Like, this is 110%.
Yeah, this is exactly the turn I'm talking about, that it all could go very wrong. Oh.
Okay, so I don't know if you caught what happened. If you could hear that noise, I'm just gonna ignore this because I'm gonna catch the ball and score a touchdown. Whatever. We all know this is gonna happen. What happened? Look at the launch. Do you see that?
Yeah?
Because it was really sunny, that's an inaccurate pass.
Oh god, that's scattered onto the square.
When you throw an inaccurate pass, the ball scatters 3 times from the center. There's a 3x3 grid. I scored, whatever, who cares. There's a 3x3 grid that constitutes where the scatter happens. You roll 3 d8s. What I thought what it was like a clock, like a circle of a clock. So 1 is up in the top left, so it scatters up and to the left if you roll a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. What it actually is left to right, top to bottom. So it's 1, 2, 3 across. Then to the left is 4, to the right is 5, 6, 7, 8 on the bottom. What happened was I rolled a 3, a 4, and a 7. So it went up to the right, went to the left 1, which means it's straight up, and then it went straight back down. That is a 4.7% chance of happening. It's 4.69, but I rounded because I'm hilarious. So a 4.69% chance of the scatter landing right on me happening. It doesn't end my turn because the ball landed right on top of me. The scatter is happening in midair, not as it hits the ground. Normally when you think scatter, you think of like the ball getting knocked out of someone's hands. So the point is, ridiculous odds. I continue to be a lucker. I get the blitz again. If I can go up 2-0, I don't lose. Like, that's almost guaranteed. There's no... Dwarfs are so slow, and I can screen him out well enough. I'm confident in my abilities to be able to win if I can get this ball. It's turn 2. It's turn 2, Berg.
I fucking hate you.
I love elves. They're incredible.
Everyone would love this team when shit like this happens.
Agility 5 is the grace. So, so Valtrek up there, he's a plus agility runner with block and fend. So he's an agility 4 runner, which means he's a 5, what is it, 5, 3, 4, 9? No, 5, 3, 4, 8.
6, 3, 4, 8.
6, 3, 4, 8, I'm sorry. So he's basically an elf lineman. And on a dwarf team, that's kind of terrifying because that's a guy who can get the ball in his hands. He has sure hands, but that doesn't really matter. That just helps to pick up. So what I want to do is get Tina Fey on him and make him waste the blitz to either get Valtrek free or make his other runner pick up the ball who doesn't have block or dodge. He just has sure hands and thick skull, which is a skill that if you roll a 7 on the KO roll, so it's...
I don't know. It's awful.
It basically, it saves you from being KO'd sometimes.
It saves you from being KO'd on a 7 exactly.
Or is it no, it's only 8 and 9. Stunty's a 7 KO.
Oh, well then it takes off the 8 then or whatever.
And because of the way 2DBs work, an 8 is more likely to be rolled than a 9, all that dice odds, etc. Like 7 is the most likely roll, and then it gets less and less likely. Whatever, that's all numbers. We don't care about numbers here. I thought that scatter pass was so amazing when it happened that I actually bothered to go look up like the scatter roll odds and pull up the because when you play Tabletop Blood Bowl, there's like a little thing that you can set down to determine scatters and rolls and stuff. So I went and looked that up to confirm what the scatter was.
I got so excited when those two were getting punched.
They're not going to kill me every turn. There's a couple of Mighty Blow players floating around. So TimNielson is going to choose to pick up the ball with the non-block, non-dodge player, and that means that I have 3 players in scoring position. And because I was able to kick it deep with the kick skill, and because I got the blitz, and because dwarves are so slow, like I am going to be able to get more of my players
Reroll
to that
it.
ball carrier faster.
You have to. Oh, damn it! It's a coward.
So having a bunch of tackle players is kind of scary, especially when I have to put my skill players in dangerous positions. But this is all going to pay off if I can get a touchdown.
Well, I mean, it's not going to be hard for you to get a 2DB.
It's going to be a little hard. I'm kind of pinned in.
I guess. It still just doesn't seem that hard to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to require, like, 1 bad dodge with what I see here.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's not even dodging away from tackle, or is it? Does Turgrim have tackle? No, he doesn't, so... He's a blitzer with no tackle.
And that's an unfortunate 1DB
Yeah.
that has to be rerolled. Well, actually, that one really didn't have to be rerolled. I'm not sure how much that helps your position.
So it's
but...
1 4+ with a reroll dodge?
Uh-huh.
And a 3+?
When you play against dwarfs and you're elves, the more spread out you are, the better your situation is. Because it lets me take advantage of my dodge that the dwarfs won't really get to do. So you can see, like, my whole team is still back here. and I can still like go score this turn.
Well, yeah, and dwarfs can never pin you in like a lot of teams with like 6 base movement can.
Mm-hmm.
You can always just dance around them.
Right, exactly. I chose to hold back Elrond on the blitz, just so I could advance him now this turn. If I basically, I'm saying I want to protect against. I don't want to get too crazy, but I still now Elrond is in basically the position I'd want him to be in, which is there's too many threats down the field, and I'm gonna try to do my best to deal with this whole mess, and that starts with throwing more suicide tank blocks. But I basically just want to spread the field out as much as possible and make these dwarfs just make their life hell, because even if I don't knock this guy down and I don't score this turn, like things are not looking great for the dwarfs here.
Yeah. Unless you fail early and he gets to punch a lot, but...
I forget about guard, but it doesn't matter because I roll a 5. And that clears the way perfectly for the Elven Cheerleader to run over here, which...
See, you forget about a skill, and you get a 1 DB POW.
It's fine.
Other people forget about shadowing and immediately lose the game.
Exactly. I believe the Elven Cheerleader on 2 GFIs could have ran around the right side, but the 2 DB prevents that. So here I'm considering my options. I want to try to make use of my Agility 5 dodge, but not dodge away from tacklers, which Svenraz is not. Oh, there are a couple Svenrazes. So there's a Svenraz there, there's a Svenraz holding the ball, and then there's another Svenraz. But it's okay. I get the 2 DB on the ball, and
everything works out for new.
Yep.
What a surprise.
Hey!
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
Badly hurt. But... So, my plan was to punch Svenraz right there, just because if the ball scattered, like, down and to the right, I wanted... There's a chance that I wouldn't have had enough movement to score this turn, so maybe I should have approached him in a better way, but, yeah, the ball scatters on Elven Cheerleader, and I can't score this turn. But things are still pretty good.
Pretty good. Up 1-0 in scoring position on turn 3.
See, like, that Svenraz there had to make an Agility 3 dodge to even go make this 2 DB happen, just because elves are so much faster and dwarves are so slow.
It's fine. He can kill the cheerleader, or not.
Or he'll reroll.
Oh, and kill him?
Maybe. So he brought 4 rerolls in, and he got another one, which I also got on the, I think it was Cheering Fans, and I haven't had to use it yet, which is really good.
Well, he, don't think he's gonna get this ball reliably here.
Nope. Turgrim is the only Agility 3 player as a blitzer who could go pick up that ball. And it's at a tackle zone right now, Zanzibar's tackle zone, so that's a 4+ to pick up.
Nice. I like the way he plays.
And he has to dodge away from Tina Fey, who has shadowing, so that's not going to happen.
Well, nobody ever forgets about shadowing.
Never. Instead of shadowing, he's just going to go ahead and pout Tina Fey, and I can still score from here, and that's what I'm going to try to do.
Two Skinks is the only elf that's had the courage to take an injury this game.
Two Skinks, I wish he was still here, because I'm going to be running out of elves very soon. I'm not going to be able to get this lucky for this long.
Yes.
Eventually.
Have you been watching the same LP that I have?
Yeah. Listen, I'm preparing... I am prepared...
I mean, we've played enough Blood Bowl to know that eventually this is all gonna come crashing down.
My day of reckoning is fucking coming. I am enjoying the ride while I can. I am trying to play it safe, because you always have to hedge your bets, because, like, destruction is upon you. It's only a matter of time.
I mean, it's just taken at least 12 weeks now for your elf team to suffer any real injuries.
So, the plan is very simple. Again, Tina Fey is going to fall back just for support, but I basically have things penned up pretty well defensively on the left side here. The plan is to leap over with Zanzibar Jones. At the very least, push Kadan out of the way, and then Elrond has a 2+ pickup, a 2+ dodge away from Golgan, who does have tackle, so a 2+ dodge away, and a touchdown. Pretty easy when you're Agility 5.
Yeah.
And you get knockdowns. That's really nice.
I mean, it is pretty easy to just handle the ball with 5 agi.
I'm also going to queue up to score in Svenraz's tackle zone, so I can do this.
Oh, no! That's so rude!
Just taunt right in his stupid face.
Oh, that's awful.
It's not often that you get to walk into an opponent's tackle zone to score a touchdown, so I'm going to take full advantage of it.
Who does that elf think he is? Thinks he's Tio? Like, what?
He's Elrond fucking Hubbard.
Man, he doesn't... He needs to really work on his taunt game. Like, he could have pulled a Sharpie, like, out of the goalpost. He could have, like, pulled out a cell phone, called his mom. Doesn't this guy watch the NFL?
I didn't get the blitz this time. What is this?
Oh, no. Oh, how are you going to survive this awful twist of fate?
My favorite thing of all of this is the death roller just angrily sitting. Like, he's on a steamroller of spikes, and it's just humming, and he's just sitting there waiting.
I think he should just drive straight through right now. I think he'd take out your whole front line. Just
take out my terrible smiley face.
Yeah, it's a smiley face with a third eye. Mm-hmm. Or like a really big zit.
Berg, it's my opponent's turn 4. Oh, look at my lineup in the front line. Hey, Berg, I can score from here on the shelf. I forgot to point that out last drive, but I set those guys up intentionally.
Fuck you. Damn it, I'm so mad about this.
It's turn 4, I haven't had to use a reroll, and I'm up 2-0.
I guess you could say it's going well.
It's going real well. It's going the wellest.
Like, I'm just out of words for this game already. I mean, I need to see elf blood.
Well, this is going to be an opportunity for TimNielson to get some elf blood, because now that Valtrek's going to be able to actually pick up that ball, and he's going to be able to actually cage.
Wait, he only has one Troll Slayer?
The other Troll Slayer is, as you can look at the cheat sheet, is Miss Next Game. It's a Mighty Blow Pro.
I wasn't sure what the red meant. I guess that makes sense. That sucks.
There happens to be a red player on our team, and that's asshole Tony.
I think you mean Team Mascot Tony, alright? Take it down a bit with your slander.
His name is asshole Tony. I'm just calling him his name.
Okay, I guess that's fair enough.
Right.
He did his job.
He did do his job. So, the gift from heaven that I get of the Blitz, the Nuffle's blessing, means that I can play this half. Whoops. I can play this half incredibly conservatively.
I mean, I think you could just, like, AFK for the rest of this half, and he might not even score.
Well, at, Valtrek's 5 movement? At 5 movement a turn.
Now, he can get there in 3 turns, but...
Oh, 6 movement, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, 6 movement. He can just get there in 3 turns.
Yeah. Yep.
But it doesn't even matter. I mean, it's Dwarfs. How's he gonna do a 2-score comeback and then win? Like, he might be able to tie.
Yeah, the tie will be really easy. If he can score at the end of this half, he's getting the ball back. He'll have the death roller up, and from there, it should be a simple jaunt. So if I can stop him from scoring, I cannot lose. And from, like, my first thought is I want to not lose, and then my second thought will be, like, maybe we'll think about winning. I mean, right now, it's pretty easy to say, like, yeah, I'm going to win this game, but if you spend the rest of the game thinking that you're going to win, then you're gonna get hubrised. Like this.
Okay,
Suicide Tank is not having a good half.
No, he's not having the game.
The rest of the team is on fire. At least Suicide Tank isn't rolling all 1s, only 1s and 2s, and alternatively 1s and 2s, not all 1s and all 2s.
Suicide Tank is just like channeling his inner Norse, and he's just bro downing everywhere.
Yeah, it's that's fine. The rest of the team is on fucking fire. I'm okay with this.
Literally, they're on fire. Somebody put them out.
They are on actual fire. So I'm gonna do the easy thing. Giving up a lot more ground than I would like to, but I'm trying to keep an even line with my line of scrimmage, because I do not want all these guard dwarfs weaseling their way into my line.
Oh, really?
Another dub skulls. I mean, to put it in context, when I fail an agility 2 dodge with dodge, like I did earlier, that's a dub skull. I rolled a 1 and a 1. I just roll less dodges than punchy teams roll blocks. So you see dub skulls more often than you see failed elf dodges.
Yeah, but I don't know. I just don't like seeing the skulls.
Nobody likes seeing the skulls, let's be fair. Even I don't like seeing the skulls. It's just kind of like it's an unfortunate side effect.
And he's going for the dragon.
Yeah, he's going straight for the dragon. That's a bold move, considering the dragon has already done his job, which is 2 turn.
Let's see if it pays off.
Let's see if it pays off. Exactly.
Oh man.
So, I'm wondering what TimNielson is going to do here. And the more players he just starts to run, and then... So, like, he's just going to nestle right up here.
I don't know about this.
That is a big move.
Yeah, that's the real bold move here.
So, there are three of those 4 players, I believe, Kaden, Drury, and that Svenraz all have guard. The Svenraz who's on the corner, not the runner Svenraz. God, they all have the same name. It's so confusing. The Troll Slayer obviously does not have guard. Golgan right there has guard. So like all of these players have guard. So I'm not gonna be able to punch that ball carrier really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. I mean, you can stand up the dragon, you can take out Glooly and the corner Svenraz pretty easy, and get a 1 DB on Valtruck.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to commit like 5 elves to that.
Yeah, so the scary thing for me at this point is not putting too many elves in harm's way. I would like to be able to pop that ball free, but the problem is there's just way too much guard. So maybe the better option is to just play the contain game.
I don't know about moving Cheerleader up there, though.
I forgot about, I don't remember what I did, but mistakes were made. I think I figured tagging the ball carrier would be a good idea. Maybe I was going for something. I can't. Who knows? Who knows at this point?
Yeah, who knows what you're thinking.
So I kind of made a mistake there by putting Hayberg.
Yeah.
Luckily, it didn't really matter because that Svenraz didn't get knocked down. But if that Svenraz would have gotten knocked down, I would have wanted him to be in the place of Hayberg so that I could get the 1 DB blitz on Valtruck. And again, the problem is, so I had a wrestler who I could wrestle the ball to the ground with. Hey, Rip Guy Who Died is going to be like my best ball retriever. The problem is, how do I get the ball once it's on the ground?
This is going to get punchy.
This is going to get pretty punchy. So there's Zanzibar Jones and Elvin Cheerleader are in positions to get punched for free, and that's kind of scary.
Yeah, that's not exactly optimal.
Mm-hmm. But I'm kind of meeting these dwarfs and punching back a little bit. So because of the way guard works, I have to do a little dance to go all the way around here to get this 2 DB. And like if I can put some dwarfs on the ground, or if I can just straight kill a dwarf, kill a dwarf, Suicide Tank is not concerned, but he's gonna go ahead and badly use the APO and get the badly hurt back. So. Like, that was a miracle.
You just have a way of making miracles happen.
Yeah.
This is incredible to me.
It's fantastic.
No, it's not.
It is fantastic.
It's terrible.
Come on.
How do you just straight up kill a dwarf in open combat while your elves dance around not even having their armor broken?
There's an armor break.
Fuck off.
So, yeah, like they are all armor value 9, which is really, really
runners,
hard to break.
But
To break armor value 9 and then to roll a casualty, which is a 10 or better on a 2d6, and then to roll dead, which is a 6 on a d6. That's a lot of 6s. And a lot of 5s. That's like all 5s and 6s.
Guess what you're good at, though.
You have to roll like 6 5s and 6s in a row.
And he's going right after Hayberg.
Going straight for Hayberg.
Fuck Hayberg.
He is very heavily... So my concern was that he was going to make a move towards on the shelf to L. Ron Hubbard, but he is pretty well stuck in the sideline here.
Yeah.
That's fine by me, because that makes my job of penning him in that much easier. Even down to stunned players.
Yeah, but he has that surprise, like, 4 agi runner dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he could make a break out of here. I mean, I don't think he should do it this turn, but he could do it next turn and set up for the score.
And that'll be what he has to do, because I was able to score twice, and it's turn 4. It's now turn 6, so next turn he will have to get players in scoring position if he wants to score.
Oh, he's not having those dice blocks.
Yep. And this is kind of the dark side of playing as dwarfs, is they're really good at being stuck in and punching people, but once you're stuck in, it's kind of hard to break free.
Yeah, unless you start breaking armor,
Yeah.
You get a man advantage, then you can kind of make something happen even with 4 movement on everybody, but if you're not getting a man advantage with it, then they just match up evenly and dance around you.
Yep. And at this point, I'm basically just waiting out till turn 8. So maybe I'll go run a guy in scoring position, but I doubt that TimNielson lets me get close to getting that ball free.
I don't see that happening.
Nah.
But I don't know. Stranger things have happened with this LP.
It would be very hard for me to give up the touchdown here. It would also be very hard to get the ball free again. Like, I'm not too concerned about going for it, but going for the ball, that is, but... Because I'm able to get the dragon on Valtrek, the ball carrier, so I'm considering, like, maybe I blitz in with Elrond, but that's a minus 2 DB, that's always bad. If I want to score, then I'm going to have to score on turn 8, it looks like.
Oh, minus 2 DB with block against a non-blocker is okay.
It's okay, but then Elrond is in the middle of Fuck City, and he's
Whatever,
dead.
the rest of your team's already in Fuck City.
That's true. So, to talk about positioning for a second...
And another armor break.
Like, normally the elf screen is... We have this idea, and I've been pretty heavily propagating the idea of the elf screen of, like, everyone needs to be stacks of 2, whatever. But... their screens are not always elf screens necessarily. Because of the way the dragon is set up and because of the circumstances, it's going to be his turn 7. He has to get in scoring position. If you want to break through my screen, there's a couple things you have to do. Obviously, you can just do the dodge away from the dragon, but if you're afraid of failing that, then you have to punch him out of the way. If you punch him out of the way, you can't break through my screen because you're using your blitz on that turn, because the only person who can punch the dragon is the ball carrier. If the ball carrier punches the dragon, he can't go up the field. If he can't go up the field, you can't score. You can't take the sideline because I had the double elf stack. Like, you can't get to Zanzibar either because of the positioning of Ripguy and the dragon because of their tackle zones. You'd have to dodge into Zanzibar's tackle zone to punch him, and then you'd have to keep dodging past him. So, what I'm tooting my own horn here, but for good reason. It's that I'm able to run Tina Fey down here in scoring position because I sort of go for the non-traditional screen. I sort of think of how can I best be attacked, and because of that, I'm able to free up an elf to run down the field just in case. But for all of that work, for all that effort, TimNielson is he's just going to hyper cage.
Yep, seems like it.
And that's the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, going for the score was going to be way too risky for him. He would have had to set up, he would have had to do like 3 dodges to get Valtrek in his scoring position, and then he's in the middle of 3 elves, and yeah, he didn't have a way to keep him safe if he moved him down.
It would be way more likely for me to be able to pull off the counter score on him.
Absolutely.
So the sad but smart move on the for TimNielson. So, how do I score it is the big question.
You don't.
Maybe. You don't know that.
I really hope you don't.
Obviously, I would like Ripguy to be the one wrestling down the ball carrier. Barring that, I maybe be able to leap in with Zanzibar and throw a Desperation 1DB. But not getting the knockdown there is kind of detrimental to this.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing a way for you to get that ball in any kind of reliable fashion.
Mm-hmm.
There's just simply too many bodies there.
There's a lot of bodies, and that's part of TimNielson stacking up so heavily.
Yeah.
I don't believe Dwarven has guard, so no, he does have guard. So this is going to be a minus 2 DB. I feel the obligation to go for it because minus 2 DB with it's fine as long as I don't roll a 1, and if I do roll a 1, I just use a reroll, and unfortunately do not get the knockdown that I was so desperately looking for.
Oh, well, you tried.
I tried. Ripguy didn't die.
Yeah.
And he's just going to dodge away to safety. And I'm just going to do the same with I can score from here and Suicide Take. Except Suicide Take falls over.
Good job.
That is okay. He was standing next to a tackler, so whatever. He's
gets
safe.
To hit
he's over
like
here.
4 elves right now, though. 5
yes.
with a blitz. Eey.
So that is the downside of going big. Is he's going to be punching all linemen. He'll get 1 blitz on a position, obviously, but like losing linemen is kind of not great. But I felt the obligation to go big.
Yeah, fuck it, go big or go home.
What can you say? If I could have been up 3-0, I could have gone AFK and won.
Yep, pretty much. Oh, look at that, he broke armor.
Yep, he broke armor, knocked down. That dodge doesn't matter, but the fact that that was my kicker is kind of a big deal.
He already did his job. He hit a perfect coffin kick.
Yeah, he hit 2 perfect coffin kicks.
Yeah. So fuck it. I think he's done his job. He can go out. He can rest.
Well, he might come back for the second half.
No, he won't.
You're already throwing in the towel for the loose cannon.
Yeah, no, he's a garbage lino.
Wow. He is the best lino.
He's Bush League. Oh, I'm sorry. How many games has he missed with serious injuries? He's clearly not that good.
That's the opposite of good. That's bad. That's the worst.
That means they're doing their job. He's never gotten hurt. That means he never saved a positional. Every time Tony gets hurt, he's saving a positional.
Are you saying you hate kickers? Luckily for me,
Yes.
TimNielson didn't really think about surfing L. Ron Hubbard. That could have been real bad.
Oh, no.
So instead he went for Rip Guy Who Dead, the wrestler.
That makes me sad.
I mean, it would have been a double GFI for the Troll Slayer to do the Troll Slayer Blitz, but maybe it's worth it in your eyes if it means getting Elrond out.
I'm pretty upset with you right now, Nu.
Me?
Yeah.
What for? Because I'm dissing your boys?
No, not even that. I'm used to that now. I have thick skin.
Uh-huh.
You told me this was a hot first half.
That was a hot first half.
No,
and look, Dwarfs are passing the ball in the sun.
That's actually the hottest thing that's happened this entire half.
That's incredibly hot.
Alright, you got me. I opened my fucking mouth right before the cool shit happened.
Well, if you don't think this half is very hot, next half is going to be the Death Roller.
Woo!
That could be pretty hot.
I like the Death Roller. I hope he gets to punch many elves.
So that's the first half. We'll be right back for the second one.
Bye!